Hi, today we'll look at a quick demo of the AWS Application Discovery Service. The AWS Application Discovery Service is a tool that enterprise customers can use to plan their migrations. The tool does not do actual migrations but helps you discover the various applications running in your on-prem infrastructure. It could be physical servers or virtual machines or even EC2 in some cases. It uses an agent that is installed on either Linux or Windows servers that you have and collects information about the applications running on that server, the performance measurements over time of how those servers behave, as well as the network interactions between the various servers to map the dependencies between those applications. Here is a link to the product features and pricing page for more details. Let's jump into a demo. In order to do this hands-on lab, there is a YAML CloudFormation template that is provided by AWS that you can find at this location. And make sure to select Oregon as the region when you run that CloudFormation template. I have done that already. And let me quickly show you what's already provisioned there. So in my AWS console, I have some users and some EC2 instances already running, along with some custom AMI images that have been installed by the CloudFormation template. So you don't need to do anything about these EC2 instances through the console, but quickly jumping back to the reference architecture, what we're trying to do here is to simulate an on-prem data center, which we don't have access to for this demo. But on the left side of the diagram, you can see the corporate data center. For the purposes of this demo, let us assume there are two application servers and two database servers running inside your corporate data center. Now, these are simulated using four different EC2 instances running in the cloud in the Oregon region. But for learning purposes, that's what we will do. So they are running inside a private subnet, and there is also a Bastion host, which is a Windows server running in the same region, which we will use to hop on to get into the data center and then connect to the various servers and then install the agents required for running the ADS and then use the AWS Migration Hub console to monitor the performance of those agents and explore the data. So let's jump into the console once again. So like I said, I have already installed or used the CloudFormation template to bring up the lab infrastructure. So we have these EC2 instances ready. Most of these are those application and DB servers that are shown in the example reference architecture. One of the first things that we will do is jump into the IAM console, and there is a user automatically created called the ADS user. We will generate a set of credentials, meaning the AWS secret access key and access key ID for this ADS user so that we can use that to authenticate the various agents running on each of these servers. So go to security credentials for the ADS user and then click on create an access key. As you may know, up to 2 access keys can be created against every IAM user. So here, make sure that you note down the access key ID and the secret access key. The best way to do it is to download the CSV file and keep it for your reference so that when you need to plug it in, you don't have to uh, go to Notepad. So you can close this now. And should you lose any of these credentials and you want to restart, a quick tip is to make these access key IDs inactive and then delete them and then create brand new access keys for them. One more thing we will do is to go to AWS Migration Hub and enable Athena integration for the AWS Migration Hub, which is an optional feature, but it's a powerful tool in your hands if you have huge amounts of data that is discovered. and you want to use a serverless option like Athena to be able to do ad hoc queries against that discovered data and drive some insights or use that to help plan your migrations. So the way you do it, the first thing you do is to set a home region for your AWS Migration Hub. For this lab, you need to select Oregon US West 2. Once you set up that home region, um, that would be set up. Go to agents, and you see on the top right there is a data exploration in Amazon Athena as a toggle. Enable that and declare that you do understand there is a cost involved, and you can enable this. So it will take a while. So in the meantime, we will log into the Bastion host that has been set up in this region, which is a Windows server. So let me quickly get the credentials. If you have used CloudFormation template in your own AWS account to set up this lab environment, you would get the details of the Bastion host, IP address, and administrator username from the outputs of the CloudFormation template once the stack is created, and the default username to login would be administrator. So in my case, these are the details to login. So from your Windows machine, go to the remote desktop and let's connect to this Bastion host. All right, let's give it a minute to set up the Bastion host for the first time. Okay, we now have the Bastion host ready. Going back to the list of servers that were set up by the lab environment is here. So you do a PuTTY connection to establish SSH with each of these four servers and install the ADS agents on those servers. Let me copy these commands into a notepad on the Bastion host to make it easier. All right, open PuTTY. Open, say yes. The Linux username to use is user, and this is the password. So we'll plug it in. And once you're in, we will take each of these commands and execute them. Basically, we install the package, we unzip the package, and then run the install script. Okay, I had some trouble there. Let's do this. We downloaded the install package. Unzip it. And here we need the credentials from our lab. Take these. Make sure you do not include the angle brackets, only the access key ID inside the quotes. The quotes are required. Now, all right. Now this is installing the agent. We will repeat the same steps for all the other servers. Okay, once again, we have downloaded and unpacked the ADS agent install, and we are ready to install it. There you go. Now the third server, which is the web application server for the second application. User, right? Let's see if we can save some time by running these two in parallel. Right, that's the web or DB server. Let's do download, download, unpack. Install. All right. So we have installed the agent on all four servers. Now you can go back to the AWS console. Go back to Migration Hub and go to Data Collectors, Agents. Let's refresh this. So once you have installed your agents, they automatically ping the AWS ADS service, and you can see all the data collectors on the AWS console here. So you can see that the data collection has started. Start the data collection to be sure if it is paused, and make sure that you have data exploration in Amazon Athena enabled. It is still provisioning from the last time we enabled it, so give it a few minutes. You can wait for the data collection to happen, And as the data is collected about all these servers, it will start showing up in this section. So you already have all 4 servers listed. Once you click on any of those servers, it will have basic information about the servers in terms of what is the CPU type, OS name, OS version, captured already. And as you give it more time, it will also collect performance data over time. And in the network section, it will start capturing the transactions or network traffic that happens between the server and other servers. So give it around 15 to 20 minutes of time and we'll come back again. All right, now we have given it about 20 to 30 minutes. And if you select these and go to visualize network, you will be seeing a visualization of the network interactions between all these application servers. And if you look at each individual server, you can see that some performance information has been collected over this period of time. How much is the average CPU utilization? What's the maximum RAM usage, disk operations, and network operations, as well as memory consumption. Same thing with all your servers. And for that individual server, which other servers is it interacting with is shown in the network diagram. If you want to take a look at the applications themselves from within the Bastion host, you can access them from a browser. This is one of the 2 application servers. This one is a WordPress site running from the application server, accessible only within the VPC or within the subnet. And this one is another business application. So based on typical usage of these applications over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, the ADS agent will collect data about how these applications interact with each other and what is the typical consumption of RAM, CPU, disk space, and disk operations and network operations. And it will present that data to you in the Migration Hub console that you can see here. That's that's the work of these data collectors that are currently running. What you can do here is you go to the servers and look at the network view, and let's say you want to indicate to ADS that these 2 applications belong to the same application. So you select both these servers and then you group them as application. You can, if you have an existing application defined, you can add these servers to that existing definition, or you can create a new application. Let's say you want to call this the WordPress application and create a group. So now it is tagged as WordPress. And the next thing you can do is come to EC2 instance recommendations and get started. Here, based on your preferences of how you want to target the EC2 instance size for each of your servers, the ADS tool data can help you come up with instance recommendations. So if you have a preference to target a EC2 environment based on the average utilization of your servers, you can select that preference here. You can select which region, whether you want shared or dedicated instances. If you want reserved instances, you can select what type of reserved instance you want. Let's, for the purpose of this demo, select on demand. And if you want to exclude any specific types of EC2 instances, you can specify that here, and you can click on export recommendations. So when the export is complete, you get a zip file with a CSV that gives you the various instance size recommendations for each of the server that is discovered. So if you go through this downloaded file, you have for each server ID that has been discovered, you have all the metadata that has been captured in terms of the server, operating system, RAM, storage and memory, as well as starting here, what is the recommended instance size and vCPU, RAM, etc. for each of those applications servers. So imagine you have run your ADS agent on all your servers for a period of 2 to 6 weeks, and you have collected huge amount of data. This is a very quick way of getting optimal recommendations of the EC2 instances that you can target for each of these servers based on quick settings. Another thing you can do with the data discovered by the ADS agents is to visualize that data using Amazon Athena. So for all the server data that is collected, you can click on explore data in Amazon Athena in order to start exploring the data using SQL-like queries. So you can get rid of these pop-ups. But before you can run your first query, you need to set up a location in Amazon S3 to store the query results. So here you can select something that the CloudFormation template would have automatically created for you. You save it. And now you are ready to run some queries against the data that is discovered by the ADS agents. So here is a quick example of the kind of queries that you can run. You can create views to help you with your queries. So this is a view that creates a lookup table of host name and IP address. And then this is a query that tells you which of your servers have an agent running versus which of them don't. So here is a list of all IP addresses captured in the network traffic and which of these IP addresses are servers that have your agent running. So based on this query, you are able to identify any additional IP addresses within your data center that your application may be dependent on or interacting with, but you have not accounted for them in your initial deployment of ADS agents. So maybe that's something you may want to go back and check. And the other thing that Athena may help you do is you can generate spreadsheets or run cost analysis, or you can also export this data into any of your BI or visualization tools to show the network dependencies, etc., for the purpose of planning the migration. So hope this was a useful demonstration of the ADS tool on the AWS Migration Hub console. Thank you.